With the first pick in the 2021 NBA Draft, the Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State University.
Big shout and congratulations to the #1 draft pick of the 2021 NBA Draft, man. Welcome to the Pistons. All right, welcome to your future. We here. Now let's get it.
You got the Motor City and you got Cade Cunningham. It's the motorcade rolling in.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We got another great episode of the Waterbreak. We're going to quench your thirst in between episodes of Open Gym. You know what it is. My name is Philly Rob. I got my man's Gio right here in Chicago. What's going on, fam?
What's good? What's good? We got a lot of things going on right now. The NBA free agency is going crazy right now. But let's talk about the draft. Let's talk about the draft. I know you watched the draft. What was your thoughts on the draft, Rob?
Man, to tell you the truth, the biggest winner to me personally, I like what the Charlotte Hornets are doing. I thought they were the biggest winners in the draft. They surrounding the kid Ball with some really nice talent. You know what I mean? They got the kid from UConn, James Bouknight, who's a prolific scorer. The kid can score on demand. He's pretty damn good. You know what I mean? Because let's face it, Ball offensively is still not there 100%. I don't think he's reached his potential offensively, so might as well surround him with shooters and scorers. And I think James Bouknight, that was a really good pick by them. And they also picked Scottie Lewis, a really good defensive guard, you know what I mean, from a conference called the SEC, who's slowly becoming a basketball conference. You know what I mean? A lot of really good players are coming out of the SEC. So I wanna see how that works out. Scottie Lewis is more of a defensive guard, and Bouknight is a scorer. So I think that's a really good combination of what they're trying to do. I want to see if they want to go small ball next season in Charlotte. You know what I mean? Because today's game is a guards game. You know what I mean? Unless you're Joel Embiid or Jokic, the NBA is thriving with guards. So might as well surround him with players that can play defensively and offensively. Who do you think was the biggest winner of the draft?
The bigger winner in the draft to me was Ayo Dosunmu, Chicago kid, born from Nigerian parents. He went to Morgan Park. I got a bunch of cousins that went to Morgan Park. He played for Illinois. I've been to Champaign-Urbana and done some very, very marvelous and dangerous and can't get into details on this podcast things in Urbana. Shout out to everybody in Urbana. Shout out to everybody in Urbana who ain't going to college but still in Urbana Champaign right now. Yeah, so that's my winner because he went, you know, the hometown kid went to his hometown team. You know, that's always a good story. But as you might could tell, I don't know these kids. I'm getting gray hairs. NCAA, I was not watching them because they weren't paying the kids. They just changed their rules, so I might be watching them in the future. Please tell me about this #1 draft pick that everybody was trying to do sexual favors to Detroit for.
Yo, Cade Cunningham. That's his name. I barely know anything about him, but from what my research is, the guy is 6'8". He can play all 5 positions. And he's a borderline, watered down, maybe Grant Hill. He's that kind of player. He can do it all. He can play the point guard, and he can kind of play center as well. The guy's pretty big. I just hope he doesn't get too big. You know what I mean? His body might break down. But, you know, with today's tech and knowledge of trainers and all that stuff and diet and all that, he should be all right. But I hope he doesn't get too big because he's pretty damn quick. He's pretty quick for a man that's 6'8". You know what I mean? So he's pretty good offensively. Defensively, he'll get there slowly. You know what I mean? Throughout the season last year, he got better defensively. But the kid's a monster. He has the ability to be a superstar. So Detroit hasn't had a first-round pick in what, like 30 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think Detroit struck gold because if this kid develops on that team, which is going to be a struggle, that Detroit team is bad. It's a really bad team. You know what I mean? So I want to see him develop there, and hopefully he changes the team's luck. You know what I mean? Because the NBA is so much better when Detroit is doing well.
Puppy breaks. Hopefully he don't. Hopefully he don't. He in the same conference as my team, and I'm assuming we're gonna go to biggest losers. I'm gonna say the Chicago Bulls. We gave up a whole bunch of draft picks for a 30-year-old veteran center who can't play defense. We threw out the future for this guy. Hopefully it comes around. We get it together, but that's who I'm going with. Chicago Bulls for the losers of the draft. Who you going with?
I gotta go with the Sixers. I mean, come on, man. We couldn't get rid of Ben Simmons, and then on top of
playing
it,
Twitch right now.
Oh my God, he's in a pool right now instead of being at the gym shooting. My goodness, can somebody get him and lock him in a gym? For goodness gracious, we drafted a guy named Jaden Springer, who was pretty good defensively. I thought he was one of the best athletes in the draft, and he's a really good defender. With that being said, we need scoring. We need a guard that can score. We actually need a real point guard, and we drafted a guy who really is not known for that. Like, yeah, he has a very impressive shooting percentage, but he didn't shoot the ball very much. He didn't shoot the ball at all. And I think we need a bigger sample size. I'm low-key excited to see him play in the summer league and see what else he can offer. But the summer league, the competition there is not that good. How many players look amazing in the summer league, and then here comes the season, they're the last guy on the bench. You know what I mean? So I'm very interested in what
Anthony Rudolph, summer league legend.
Not me.
I still don't understand how come he wasn't a starter in the league. He should be like a 5-time All-Star.
Right?
Oh my God.
So it's just like, we need offense, and you get a guy who's more known for defense, who has a very small sample size of shooting. So, we'll see. I hope the guy develops. I wish him well. I hope he stays on the team. But we need to get rid of Ben Simmons.
Let's just hope his shooting arm don't get messed up,
Yeah, man. Come on with it, man. Ladies and gentlemen.
What players from this draft do you think we should look out for?
Oof. That's a tough one because there's so many unknowns, but I think Jalen Suggs in Orlando is a really good fit. You know what I mean? Like the kid can play, and I know people are talking crap about the guy because he didn't perform well in the NCAA final, but I mean he played a team in Baylor that's really good defensively, and they have a really good coach. So, I think they figure him out, but the guy is extremely talented. He can score. He can do it all. I like that. I think the Magic got a really good pick with this kid. I just hope that in the big moments, he doesn't disappear like Ben Simmons.
You fucking crumb bum!
I had to throw that in there. Come on with it, man. Poof, disappear. It's like, come on, man. Should be in Australia right now, shooting the ball in the Olympics. He in a pool right now, somewhere in California.
Man, I got on Facebook and I saw the story about Ben Simmons not joining the Australian team for the Olympics. And I never saw so many angry Aussies talking about, we don't even need him, can't shoot. Oh, they were in on your man Ben Simmons.
It's funny because they winning without him. But the reason why everybody wanted him to play, because FIBA basketball is mostly about shooting. FIBA basketball, international basketball, is more of a shooting game instead of that one-on-one NBA style. You know what I mean? Especially I wanted to see Ben Simmons play offensively versus a real zone. And I wanted to see how creative he could get with the ball, especially with a pretty decent team. I think Australia has a chance to medal in this Olympics, man.
Look, Ben Simmons said there's more important things in the world, like Apex just releasing another DLC. It's crazy because, like, it's not just that, Rob. It's also the fact that, like, you're around other highly skilled players day in and day out. It's kind of like a enhancement camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, players, like, remember when Carmelo came back and was this offensive monster? That was the year after he went to the Olympics. James Harden, like, said, I'm going to be this amazing scorer the year after he came back from the Olympics. You're going to be in shape from the start of the season to the end of the season. You're going to be around other players to help you develop more into a better all-around player. You're going to see other players' routines. Like, that was the thing when LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh, and Carmelo Anthony, and Chris Paul, they all went on that Olympic team, and they just saw Kobe practice regimen, and they all picked it up. They all picked up things from Kobe. He picked up things from them. They passed it on to Kevin Durant and Derrick Rose, and they all had different, like, it's this nexus of the greatest athletic minds coming together and people sampling and taking bits and pieces from each other. And, like, him not going is him not denying that, even though he said he was going to work to get better. And the first thing he does is saying, I mean, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Devin Booker went from the finals straight on the plane to the Olympics. And Ben Simmons is like, we finna run back this Madden challenge, you know?
Oh my God. It would have been a really, like a really good breath of fresh air for him to get away from the Sixers for a little bit, and the training staff and the coaching staff, just to get away and just get to see a new perspective on basketball. And what better perspective than international basketball? If the international basketball is not bad, it would have been great to develop his shot and like you said, learn from other professionals and another coaching staff and another training staff. There's so much you can learn. You know, I don't know if Australia is going to win gold. I highly doubt it, but, you know, they were going to medal. That would have been big. He would have came back with a different perspective in the game, and I would have loved to see him on that team. But it is Ben Simmons. All he does is give Philly fans headaches. I'm already on the migraine level. I don't know what to say, man. You know, shout out to him. I hope he's in a gym. He's probably in a pool doing nothing, fucking one of the Kardashians. If he's still fucking her, I don't know. You know how it is, man. Gio, my man, you got any shout outs for anybody out there?
I like to shout out the Facebook page, Open Gym Sports and Culture. Instagram and Twitter, you can find us at OG Sports Culture. Philly Rob.
Yo, I got my peoples out there in Brooklyn. Shout out to the De La Soul Dugout. My peoples out there in South Philly. You already know, Oregon Street. You know what I mean? And all my peoples out there in Northeast Philly, Academy Ave. You know what I mean? Shout out to all my peoples out there in Puerto Rico. Ya tu sabes, we got a gold medal athlete, Jasmine Camacho-Quinn, winning the first track and field medal for Puerto Rico. Big shout out to her. Ya tu sabes, you know what I mean? But you know how it is, man.
Shout out to Malika Andrews.
Okay. All right.
This is just my appreciation for Malika Andrews. So shout out to her. She did a good job replacing Miss Nichols. And shout out to her because she's her.
Yeah.
And I wish the world to her. Did you see her at the draft?
Yeah, she was awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah,
she's perfect for the job. I don't see anything that she did wrong at all. She looked so natural, man. For real. Shout out to her.
I hope her days are filled with bliss.
You know what I mean? Yo, that was our episode right there. I hope you guys enjoy it. You know what I mean? You can catch us on YouTube. Narrative Control Productions. You can see our pretty faces on YouTube. You know what I mean? You can also catch us in the Chicago Sports. You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for watching. Please tune in next time. Open gym episode coming soon. This is the Waterbreak.
Malika Andrews, if you ever come to Chicago, hit me up.